Hello and welcome to ITENERT. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, said on Thursday that it had ordered the deployment of a standby force to Niger to restore constitutional order. The regional bloc has also imposed sanctions and said it could authorize the use of force as a last resort if soldiers do not restore ousted President Mohamed Bazoum to power. Mali and Burkina Faso, led by soldiers who seized power, have expressed solidarity with the junta in Niger and warned that any military intervention would be seen as a declaration of war. Guinea has also said it backs Niger. In this video I present to you some of the past military intervention by the ECOWAS bloc. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. Let me also hear you in the comment box below, if ECOWAS should deploy their troops to Niger to restore constitutional order. Now let's look at some of the military intervention by the ECOWAS bloc. Firstly, let's begin with Liberia. In 1990, West African leaders sent a neutral military force to Liberia to intervene in the civil war between the forces of President Samuel Doe and two rebel factions. The unprecedented deployment of a regional force, the ECOWAS Monitoring Group, ECOMOG, helped restore some security, but the troops were complicit in a series of human rights abuses, according to Human Rights Watch. Troop numbers peaked at around 12,000, and the last ones left Liberia in 1999, 2 years after former rebel leader Charles Taylor was elected president. West African forces were deployed again at the tail end of the brutal 14-year conflict, which finished in 2003. Some 3,600 of these troops were then reassigned to UN peacekeeping operation that ran until 2018. The next country we will consider is Sierra Leone. In 1998, a Nigerian-led ECOMOG force intervened in Sierra Leone's civil war to drive out a junta and rebel allies from the capital Freetown, and reinstate President Ahmad Tejan Kaba, who had been ousted in a coup a year earlier. In 2000, the force withdrew, handing over peacekeeping operations to a UN mission. The decade-long war ended in 2002. Guinea-Bissau is also another country that ECOWAS has deployed its troops. In 1999, ECOWAS sent around 600 ECOMOG troops to preserve a peace deal in coup-prone Guinea-Bissau. Rebels seized power barely 3 months later, and the force was withdrawn. ECOWAS deployed another mission from 2012 to 2020, after another coup, to help deter the military from intervening in politics, and to protect political leaders. It sent another contingent of 631 personnel in 2022, to help stabilize the country after a failed coup that year. Again in Liberia 2003. The Second Liberian Civil War also necessitated a return of regional troops. While the First Civil War brought Charles Taylor to power, the Second Civil War between 1999 and 2003 led to his exit. This time, ECOWAS deployed troops under ECOWAS mission in Liberia, ECOMIL, with some 3,500 soldiers, with the most coming from Nigeria. They served as an interposition force, keeping the warring parties apart, and facilitating the arrival of the United Nations mission in Liberia, UNMIL. Next is Ivory Coast. A West African force was sent to Ivory Coast in 2003, to help French troops police a shaky peace deal between rebels and loyalists that in effect split the country in two for the next 8 years. In 2004, they were integrated into a UN peacekeeping force. Another country too is Mali. The bloc sent soldiers to Mali in 2013, as part of a mission to drive al-Qaeda-linked fighters from the north. As had happened elsewhere, the force later that year handed over to a UN peacekeeping mission. Central and northern Mali are now overrun by militants linked to al-Qaeda and Islamic State, whose decade-old insurgency has spread to neighboring Burkina Faso and Niger. The next country is Gambia. In 2017, ECOWAS sent 7,000 troops to Gambia from neighboring Senegal to compel President Yahya Jammeh to go into exile and cede the presidency to Adama Barrow. Codenamed Operation Restore Democracy, an ECOWAS operation led by Senegal sent troops into Banjul to force Yahya Jammeh, who had refused to concede an election loss to Adama Barrow in the 2016 election. Barrow was sworn in as president at the Gambian embassy in Dakar, and requested an ECOWAS military intervention. The troops ensured the transition within 3 days. The name of the mission was later changed to ECOWAS Mission, in the Gambia, ECOMOG, and lasted until December 2021. Now in 2023, ECOWAS activates standby force for a possible military intervention in Niger. Let me hear your opinion in the comment box below, if ECOWAS intervention in Niger will be a right move. Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Like and share my videos. You can also watch my other African videos on the screen now. Thank you and bye for now.
Democratically elected president, His Excellency Mohamed Bazoum, by condemning the military takeover